So for anyone who doesn't know, Threads is the new Twitter platform, basically. Let me pull up the article on it. Actually, before we even pull this up, Threads, Twitter. Here we go. It is the Mark Zuckerberg version of Twitter. Twitter 2. Twitter's so good they had to invent a Twitter 2. And it has been enough of a hit that Mr. Elon Musk has decided to threaten to sue Meta over Twitter copycat Threads. X Corp claims that Meta used Twitter trade secrets and ex-employees to build Threads. Oh, the employees that you fired without severance? The proposed cage match between Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg might never happen, but the tech titans may soon battle in a more civil arena. Musk's X Corp, the successor company to Twitter, yesterday threatened to sue Meta over alleged intellectual property violations in Meta's new Threads social network. Musk's lawyer, Alex Spiro, wrote a letter on behalf of X Corp to Mark Zuckerberg. Based on recent reports regarding your recently launched Threads app, Twitter has serious concerns that Meta Platforms has engaged in systematic, willful, and unlawful misappropriation of Twitter's trade secrets and other intellectual property. The letter was revealed today in a Semaphore article. Competition is fine. Cheating is not, Musk tweeted in the letter. Tweeted about the letter. Spiro claims that ex-Twitter employees built Threads. Spiro's letter complains that Meta hiring some of the many workers who were laid off or resigned from Twitter in the 8 months since Musk bought the company. I hope Meta countersues for having a scrollable newsfeed before Twitter even existed. You guys are cheaters. Smash, you can't just hire the people that I fired because I'm an incompetent CEO. You can't do that. No. Also, if there was no non-compete I don't even think non-compete clauses are legal in California, which I'm assuming most of the employees were in California. But unless you got every single Twitter employee every single Twitter employee who doesn't live in California to sign a non-compete. Hey, guess what? They're allowed to do that. There's no such thing as these trade secrets. You build a better platform. That would be like Netflix suing Disney Plus and being like, you stole our business model. Also, not paying severance breaks the contract already. Yeah. Also, companies scoop up laid off blocks of engineers all the time. Yep. People already do this all the time. If you're fired anyways, your non-compete isn't valid. Oh, so yeah, it's like fucked. It's completely fucked. So not only are they not even valid in California, but not paying the severance and firing them already made them fucked. So sorry, Mr. Musk, this is bullshit. What's that I smell? Sniffa? Bullshit? No fucking way. Also, can we just talk about something? I would love for Mr. Musk to be in another lawsuit. Isn't he currently potentially getting himself in a lawsuit with Google? And he's getting in a lawsuit with ex-workers who are demanding severance. You want to get into one more against Meta? Be my fucking guest, dude. Be my guest. Be my guest. Also, you don't even need ex-Twitter employees to build something as simple as Threads. More realistically, you just need someone who's very good at, web development that can see Twitter and see what they need to create and then basically make that, but better, but smoother, ideally. And you know what Threads hasn't been doing? Threads hasn't been breaking the way that Twitter has been breaking. Do you guys remember when Twitter circles weren't working anymore so everyone could see anyone's Twitter circle tweets? Not great. Not great, I'm going to be honest. Bring back fleets. I'm going to be honest, the thing that I got the most sad about was that they removed fleets. I actually love them. I love them. I love Twitter stories. Basically, you guys know how Instagram has stories where you can have it's 24 hours. and you can go and see what someone is up to, and then it automatically like deletes or whatever, unless you want to save it. Twitter released something like that a year or 2 years ago, and I loved it. I loved it so much. It was so good because there are so many things I want to tweet, but it's like a temporary thing that I want to tweet. Like I want to be like, I'm working on something really big. Like I don't want to waste a whole ass tweet on that. I don't want to clutter up people's feed with something that like is going to get like 0 engagement. You know what I mean? It was perfect for like small like forms of shit posting. And they were called fleets, and they were great. They were amazing. Also, thank you, Bad Trainwreck. So, Sharky, thank you for the 6 months, by the way. They have hundreds of open lawsuits with said employees. How is he going to hold them to their contracts when Twitter has repeatedly violated it? Yeah, it's a joke. Also, someone else in chat already brought it up, but non-compete is almost completely unenforceable in most places. They're only enforceable in hyper-specific situations. Yeah, so like when I was a young lad, when I was in business school and taking law classes, from what I learned, now I don't know if this is still enforceable even because laws change all the time, but the only time you can really enforce non-competes is when something is so unique that anyone sharing trade secrets would be breaking
much love
that. So like, just a small town girl. Deva Zoo, thank you so much for the 5 months. So like, imagine if you make the first ever, no. Let's make it simple. Let's make it really simple. The Krusty Krab formula. You could theoretically get SpongeBob to sign a non-compete that only covers the fact that he's not allowed to share the Krusty Krab formula if he goes to work with Plankton at the Chum Bucket. So he's allowed to work for Plankton. He's allowed to work as long as he wants. He's allowed to make whatever he wants, but he's just not allowed to make the Krusty Krab proprietary Krabby Patty at, what is it called? The Chum Bucket. That would be it. That's it. Isn't that just an NDA? From my understanding, it falls more under non-compete than it does NDA. You're not allowed to stop someone from working somewhere. You're not allowed to have like full control over everything. So he's allowed to, like, in this specific instance, SpongeBob is allowed to go work at like the Chum Bucket and be like, hey, we've arranged our tables this way because they're better. We arrange our like cashier this way. We arrange our kitchen this way. All of that is fine. But the line gets crossed when it's like very special exceptions. So like the Krusty Krab relies on its secret formula, like a recipe, like a special recipe. They don't have to share that. You are not required to share that with a new employee or whatever. But anyways, most of the non-competes aren't even in. Yeah, we were talking about that. Okay, moving on. Unless you pay them, which of course they are, and yeah. Elon's mad as fuck because Zuckerberg had the bank to rewrite the Twitter API, and it's totally legal because he doesn't precisely copy the architecture. Yup. Yep. Elon's also tried this before. A bunch of ex-Tesla employees went to Rivian and he tried to sue them for stealing trade secrets, but it failed. This was a successful example. So he's just like all talk again. There are some stronger protections that prevent government employees from directly working for firms after they leave. But in general, yeah. Yeah, again, it's like, it's very, very, very specific exceptions. Just because you worked for Twitter, it doesn't mean you can't work for Threads and even share information about Twitter. Ex-Twitter employees can gladly go work at Threads and be like, hey, we organized our fucking code this way. We found that using this code was better than using this code for these reasons. That's totally legal, especially if they were in California, especially if they didn't get severance. So this is a fucking L. This is another L by Elon Musk, okay? And also, I'm pretty sure Elon is just fucking fuming because Mr. Zucky Wucky, Mr. Zuckluck 3000 tweeted or threaded, posted 7 million signups on Threads as of this morning, way beyond our expectations. 70 million. What is currently Twitter active users?
Portal 1,500 help get Denims out of the workforce. Donate before Denims becomes your manager.
Joey, thank you for the 1,500 biddies. Thank you. Yeah. Twitter has 206 million daily active users. We're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting there. And from my understanding, this is like US numbers mostly, right? Because a lot of countries don't even have like access to threads. A lot of European countries don't even have access to threads yet. So expect another like tens of millions to pop in. Fucking crazy, dude. Fucking insane. Okay. Over the past year, Meta has hired dozens of former Twitter employees. These employees had and continue to have access to Twitter's trade secrets and other highly confidential information. The workers, he alleged, owe ongoing obligations to Twitter and may have improperly retained Twitter documents and electronic devices. Since taking over in late October 2022, Musk has reduced Twitter staff from about 7,500 to 1,500. They're facing lawsuits from ex-employees over unpaid severances and bonuses. Spiro's letter claims that Meta assigned ex-Twitter employees to develop, in a matter of months, Meta's copycat Threads app with the specific intent that they use Twitter's trade secrets and other intellectual property in order to accelerate the development of Meta's competing app. Sounds like good business to me, bro. You don't get to play in capitalism and experience the benefits of capitalism and then get mad about the negatives, bro. I'm sorry, Elon. If you get to abuse all your fucking workers under capitalism, that's just capitalism, baby. That is just what's it called? Competition, baby. That's just competition, baby. I can't believe I thought this dude was smart. Okay, I think everybody thought, or like prior to the tunnel, what did he call it? Like the bullet something hyper. What was it called? It had a name. Was it boring? The Hyperloop. There we go. Prior to the Hyperloop, I think everyone thought Elon was a little bit smart. And then he started talking and everyone was like, oh, this guy's a fucking moron. This guy's an idiot. Holy shit. He's a fucking idiot. I thought he was smart back in 2016, but I was also a dumbass reactionary. I thought he was smart until I saw like breakdowns of like the Hyperloop and the fact that like nothing in the Hyperloop was actually doable or realistic. And I was like, oh, this tunnel thing is fucking nonsense. Okay, got it. Got it. You took in all the risk in your big business venture. Now you have to deal with the consequences. Yeah. All right. Why did I bring this up? Oh yeah, we were making fun of Elon Musk, my favorite pastime. So Meta source. So we were talking about this article talking about how Musk is threatening to sue Meta because Threads is similar to Twitter. Meta source denies allegation. Semaphore quoted Meta source saying that no one on the Threads engineering team is a former Twitter employee. That's just not a thing. Spiro's letter did not say which former Twitter employees are allegedly working on Threads or specify what IP is allegedly being used by Meta. We contacted Meta and Spiro about the letter today, and we will update if this article gets we will update this article if we get any response. Spiro wrote that Twitter intends to strictly enforce its intellectual properties and demands that Meta take immediate steps to stop using Twitter trade secrets or other highly confidential information. He warned that Twitter may seek both civil remedies and injunctive relief without further notice to prevent any further retention, disclosure, or use of its intellectual property by Meta. Spiro also suggested that Meta is violating Twitter's TOS by scraping and crawling data from Twitter's website. Please consider this letter a formal notice that Meta must preserve any documents that could be relevant to a dispute between Twitter, Meta, and or former Twitter employees who now work for Meta.
Wait, this isn't Twitch can Paris. Bonjour. Omelette du fromage, oui oui.
Omelette du fromage. Curry Andrew, thank you for the tier 1. Ashley, thank you. Or sorry, Ash, thank you. Ashy, thank you for the 4 months. Thank you. God. Fenlian, thank you for the 2 months as well. Anywho, what are the actual trade secrets that were stolen? Nothing. He's just bullshitting. It's just that Threads looks kind of similar to Twitter and it functions basically as the same type of platform. But it's better. I am not one.
Tier dress. The color is fantastic, less than 3.
Oh, fold up cups. Thank you for the 3 months. Thank you. I'm going to be honest. I think it's better, okay? I don't have to deal with seeing like literal Nazi memes on my For You page, which I'm happy about. Because there was a period of time where like the only thing I was getting on my For You page was the most Nazi shit on the planet. And I'm like, great. Love this. Love it. And then there was like the gore. There was like that one video. There were like a few videos that were like circulating. There was like the video of like, it was like videos of people dying on camera. And it's like, why is this on my For You page? What the fuck? Why is this on my fucking For You page, dude? And also, can we all disagree that the ads on Twitter are insane? If you're on mobile, it's like 1 every 3 posts. And then Twitter introduced this new thing where like when you're scrolling, let me see if I can show you guys. I think it only happens on mobile, but I'm not sure. When you click a website or like when you click a tweet and you go to check the replies, it's not loading. When you go to check the replies, after you finish scrolling through all the replies, it shows you some more suggested posts. Why? I don't need more suggested posts. I'm going to go back to my homepage. All you're doing is confusing me. I'm like, is this a reply or is this a new post? I don't know because it's just... I got so many... I saw so many people getting hit by trains and the executed homeless guy was like really wild too. I can't believe they put that on my fucking feed, dude. It was so weird and confusing. I just didn't like that. And then I think the nail in the coffin for me... The absolute nail in the coffin for me was... I want to show this on stream. The nail in the coffin for me was the tweet limit. You could actually only look at 600 posts a day. Oh, okay, fine. 800 posts a day. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I'll go somewhere else, man. I'll go somewhere else. Okay, this app needs trends, DMs, and desktop mode. It feels weirdly isolated compared to the Bird app. Fix it, crack. No, I'm not following. I'm not about to go follow Fizz. No, that's not me. I'm not opening threads on my computer or on my phone to go follow Fizz. Me? I would never do that. No. Oh my God. I don't endorse people who say slurs. Oh my God. That's terrible. I can't. We need to do something about this. Oh my God. That's so sad. Follow back. Oh man. We need to do something. That's terrible. That's so awful. Yeah, no. I will say it's missing a good desktop compatibility currently. Currently, there's no really good desktop compatibility. It needs trending. It needs DMs. Honestly, I would be fine if they did a bit of integration. I don't mind if all of the DMs go through one Instagram system, but there has to be an easy way to look at it. Because honestly, low-key, I would prefer it. I hate the fact that like this is just this is a first world problem. I hate that I get DMs on Twitter and Discord and text messages and Instagram. If we could merge all of that into one, I would be so grateful. Zuck, please, Zuck. I will never call you a C word. Okay? I promise. All right? And also, if we could get Instagram stories to also just be ported over to threads, yes. Yes. Big appreciated. Big appreciated. Because, like I said before, the thing I miss the most, the thing I missed absolutely the most was fleets. I miss it. Quinta, thank you so much for the tier 1. Thank you. Thank you. He needs to change the timeline. It'll be golden. It just needs a little bit of work. Honestly, the timeline, in my opinion, just needs a little bit of fine tuning. It's not that bad. You have to promise not to call Zuck a lizard or a reptilian. Yeah, but I'm going to call him a robot because that's what he is. How do you sign up for threads? You do it through Instagram, from my understanding. It's linked to your Instagram account. All right. Twitter had stories for a short period. Yeah, it was before Elon. So if we could get like stories on Threads, that would be amazing. Please, Zuckerbot, please, please. I will give you the Zuck Luck 3000 if you do that for me. Okay? I would be so appreciative. Now, we had all of this discussion because I wanted to talk about this. So this is the information regarding data safety, privacy, sharing between Twitter and Threads. So here is, I think this is straight from the App Store. The developer has provided you with information about how this app collects, shares, and handles your data. So this is the data safety section. It says that Twitter does not share your data with third parties, but also, low-key, I don't believe them. The developer says this app doesn't share user data with other companies or organizations. Threads, Instagram app, says data may be shared with other companies or organizations. Personal info like your name, email address, user ID, and phone number, and your devices or other IDs. I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure they both share your information. The only difference is that Threads doesn't, aka Instagram, aka Meta, aka Zuckerberg, doesn't want to end up in another lawsuit. So they're being honest about the information that they're actually sharing. Okay. Location, both of them share this. Personal info. Thread says that they also share, in addition to your name, email, user ID, address, phone number, and other info, they also share your political or religious beliefs and sexual orientation. Twitter shares, collects. This is about collecting data, not sharing. Excuse me. Twitter collects your purchase history. Instagram, aka Threads, is sharing your user payment info, your credit score, and your other financial info. Credit score is crazy. I feel like Twitter probably also collects your user payment info. But the credit score is crazy. Your health and fitness info. Honestly, I don't even think I have like the health app or any of that stuff that's like even running. So also, what are you going to do with like, oh, look, the streamer only walks 1,000 steps in a day. You got me. How did you know? You could just watch my stream and know that. Like, obviously this is a me thing, but like, come on, let's just be realistic for a second. Okay. Photos and videos are shared. Contacts are shared. App activity is shared. Web and browsing history is shared. Devices and other IDs is shared. Okay. And then we've got your emails and text messages not shared, collected, excuse me, for the last time. So Threads collects your email and text. That's crazy that they can do that. Other in-app messages. So how does it collect your emails? Oh, I guess your actual email address. I don't think it can collect your actual emails, right? It doesn't have access to those. And any messages through the app, it collects that. I feel like Twitter collects that too. Maybe, actually, that might be something that Twitter doesn't collect. That it doesn't automatically collect. It also collects your calendar events, your files and docs. Okay. Security practices are the same. You can request that your data be deleted. Great. And then everything else is the same. Okay. Doesn't Instagram and Meta already do this all? Yeah, basically, yeah. So what you're saying is that Thread knows more about me than I know about myself? Exactly. It's intrusive, but all apps do it. TikTok does it too. Yeah. For me, it's just like, okay, I'm just going to say one thing, okay? These are app permissions are also very misleading. Like if your app wanted to be able to export a photo to your phone, you'd have to request full photo permissions. Yeah. Now, to be clear, I will say one thing. I don't want to see anyone in chat getting upset about this if you have TikTok on your phone. If you don't have TikTok or Facebook or Instagram, you're allowed to be upset about this. But if you have TikTok on your phone, I don't want to see your bitching and whining in chat, okay? All right. I don't want to see you complaining and being upset when you have one of the biggest spywares on your fucking phone, okay? That's all I'm going to say. But if you're like a hermit, that's fine. You're allowed to be upset about that stuff, okay? That's okay. I forgive. Google would never spy on me, smile. I trust Google. Google would never steal my information and sell it to third-party apps ever. Top G is in your DMs if you have it. Yeah. If you have Google Chrome, you can't talk about this either, or Valorant. True. Anyways. Google would never be evil. Also, if you have Gmail, you're also pretty screwed regarding privacy. I've given up on privacy. I'm not even going to front. I won't even front. I've given up on privacy. I'm like, I already accepted that they have all my data. I'm just like, okay. The only reason, like, the last thing I'm like clinging to is like my blood work. Like, the only reason I haven't done one of those like DNA tests is because I'm like, I don't think I want the government to have or the government or any other private company to have my DNA makeup, actually. I'll get a blood test done when I'm like, or like one of those like DNA tests done when I'm like fucking 70. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? I've lived long enough. Or like maybe when I'm like 70, 80, I'm like, yeah, I'm good. You can have it now. You can have it. They already got it? How? How would they have it now? My mom made me do the DNA test? Yo, I hate to tell you this, but your mom is definitely a Fed. She is most certainly a Fed, okay? Or white. Or like a very big white woman. There's only two. But if she's not white, I would be very concerned because she's definitely a Fed. My sister got one, so I assume we're pretty much the same. That would be crazy if you weren't, though. Are the hospitals sharing my blood work? Please no. Please no. Oh, God. All right. If someone related to you did one, they essentially have your info. That's a good point. Okay, I need to make sure neither of my siblings do DNA tests. Okay, I have to go kill them really quickly just to make sure they can't do it. All right. And then I have to make a pseudonym and change my life and move across the country. That's the only way. It's the only way. All right. So that was a fun little ARC chat, I have to say. I, for one, accept our Zuck overlords. I'm still going to clown on him on Twitter or on fake Twitter. All right. If I clown on Elon Musk on Twitter, I will certainly keep clowning on Zuck on Thread. Okay. But so far, much better platform. Much better. I think he's done a much better job, IMO. The team has been a lot better. I had to do a generic test for medical reason. I read the crap out of that disclosure. I'm adopted. I have additional genetic privacy. Oh, dude, that's fucking sick. That's sick. Across the country, like from New York to LA. Is your name really Denims?